Hey y'all. It is week 2 of the Verna Cowl Crochet Along, and we are so excited to tell you about week 2. Also, it is not too late to join. Week 1 was just really gathering your supplies, doing your little gauge swatch, all the fun things. So if you haven't joined, we will post links after this live goes off, so you can come join the fun.
Absolutely. Week 2 is where we do all of your first section, solid color or variegated, whatever yarn you chose. Week 2 will get you up to where you start joining your cowl together. So the end of week 2, you want to be at row 20. Finish row 20, and then we are ready to add in our colors, and we're ready to start joining our cowl. One thing I'll mention, Nikki and I had been talking about it. If you want a tighter fit to your cowl, feel free to start joining before row 20 if you want. If you like a little bit of a looser or open, not so tight around your neck, go to where it says in the pattern. So you have options, and definitely you can change how the fit fits you. And I encourage it. Yeah. I think it's been really wonderful seeing how many of you have not stopped at the gauge swatch and kept going. Like, that is so exciting and so sweet. I see that as the biggest compliment, that you're enjoying it and you're having so much fun with it. I just love that. I think that's awesome. Nikki, you were one.
Yeah, I started I picked it back up last night because I was like, I have to add this color in there. And then I made myself stop. I'm like, stop, because I will just end up finishing it. And I really want to post pictures and things like that. But it is one of those patterns that you can't put down. And then you instantly want to start another one. And I'm not just saying that because you're my friend. I'm saying it because it's true. Like, I just love it. So
I'm so glad you're loving
it. Show you mine. Isn't it pretty?
I love the purple.
I love it. And then look at the purple added in there. Oh, I just love it.
It's going to be such a happy cowl.
Yeah. And I did join mine one row early just because I'm kind of small through here, and I felt like the opening was right here. Yeah. And so whenever I wear mine, I love it, but I kept going like this and shoving it back. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to do it one earlier because I don't like it tight around my neck, but I don't want to keep shoving it back. So,
oh, absolutely.
We'll, yeah.
And I think that's one of the great things with patterns like the Verna Cowl. You can start joining before. It doesn't change a whole lot of the pattern. It doesn't change your counts. It doesn't change. It just literally when you start slip stitching together. Mm-hmm. So I think that's wonderful. And I know some people don't like it super tight. I do like mine to be a little bit more snug, but I'm also a Canadian with weather that really sucks in the winter.
Yeah.
So I want it to be up here. So yes, sometimes I'll join earlier, but for the most part, I really tried to stick with an opening that would work for most people. I mean, all of our head sizes are much different. Small head, I can fit child size hats. It's
same. Yeah.
But I mean, I have lots of friends with bigger circumferences for their head size. So I wanted to be able to slip over all different sizes, and that was like the best way to do it for me. But you can definitely change the opening, the neck opening to your liking. So I also found a really cool way to minimize when you're doing your 3 stitches in the 1 stitch. I found a really cool way to minimize those little holes. If you're not a huge fan of little holes showing through your work, I was able to figure out how to minimize that. So I'm going to show you. So this is my third Verna cowl at that. Oh, give me a second while I figure out where.
It's so hard because it's opposite.
It is. You keep moving. Yeah. Oh, it's up there.
I love it.
There's very small holes now and not as much of a gap in those stitches with 3 stitches in them. I can give you a little bit of an idea, but I am going to do a video on how to do that. What you're going to do is when you get to your 3 stitches that go into the 1 stitch, you are going to work it through both loops plus that third loop in the back, and that'll just bring it right in.
Looking. I'm a visual person.
Me too.
So work through, let me see what side I'm on here. Work through both loops plus, oh, okay. So I see.
In the back.
Let me see if I'm on there. So you
Oh,
work through both of those loops.
yeah.
And then pick up, which is the third loop, right? Pick up the third loop in the back.
The third loop in the back. Yeah.
Okay.
And it just kind of like cinches it all in, which I was so excited about, because before I would just try to crochet that one stitch really tight.
Yeah.
It wouldn't create a huge gap. I mean, I know it doesn't bug many people, but it's like a thing for me. If I have no holes in my cowl and I'm not intentionally putting one there, I don't want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just a me thing, and I know it doesn't bother a lot of people, but I was really excited when I figured it out. And being able to see those holes just slightly tighter and more together, I was really excited.
I can't wait to see it in pictures. So I'm trying to like look at it on mine, and I see what you're talking about and just kind of like have it cinched up. So yeah.
And you can't really tell, like, I can't tell from your cowl there. You can't see how you're kind of looking up close. So it was just more of a polished finish for me. And I love it. And then I'll do the video, and I'm even going to update the pattern and put them in the, like a link to the pattern.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm better at showing people how to do something rather than writing a big long blurb about it and hoping for that.
Yeah, like in a video, I can show and kind of get straight to the point. But if I'm explaining something, I need like 1,000 words when 10 words would have worked. So I'm so much better at video.
That, or you start taking like a million photos to show exactly what you're trying to do, but then your pattern or your whatever your blog post pattern, however you do your patterns, they're just full of like photos about how to do this one thing, and you're like, well, I hope this really helps.
And then I overthink the photos. I'm like, is that close enough? Is it too far away? Does it make sense? Yes, videos are the way to go. So, we have so many people saying, hey, sorry, y'all. Hey, Erica, some of y'all, I can't see your names, but hey, somebody said that they got to row 15 last night. I love it.
Yay!
Hey, Tammy Taylor. Hey, Rakina. And then somebody else said that that is a great idea with the holes. So you have more people excited about the holes. So it just makes the like one more way that you can, change the pattern up. So I love it.
I love that too. I'm so excited to film it, which is my plan after live. And I kind of can't wait to keep going. I got to row, I don't even remember what row I'm on, but I'm definitely in, like, we're getting through part 2. I don't think I have much left to do.
I think it's row 22 right before you change back to the main color.
Row 21 is going to start part 3.
Okay. So I've already skipped ahead to part 3.
I'm pretty sure that's your first color change too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. Like, I'm getting very close. And I know there's a couple that have finished their cowls off.
I love it. I'm kind of hoping they start another one, honestly. But
Me too. I'm on my third. So, and I was actually looking through my whips when I was designing the Verna cowl. I was also doing it in, I believe Bernat Premium yarn, or Bernat, however people want to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure I'm botching the name. But I found half a cowl done in that too. So I actually have 4. Like, I'm working on.
I love it. Hey, Sarah. Okay. Well, like, my computer thinks I'm saying Siri. I love it when I know who I'm talking to. So, hey, Sarah.
Hey.
I think one, I'm excited about seeing everybody's cowls, and I love like seeing like what yarns they pair together and different yarns that they use and all the things. But the like 5-year-old in me, I'm really excited about the prizes. Like, I can't wait to see who wins what. And
Well, this week, week one, we're going to actually announce on Friday. Nikki, do you want to tell them what it was? Because I never told them in the post.
Oh, okay, sure. Yay, because
Yeah.
I'm terrible with secrets. So the winner on Friday will get a Ravelry coupon code for my Sassy Infinity scarf. It'll just be a free crochet pattern, and it's one of my favorites. So that's what you're getting from me.
And from me, you're going to get a free copy of the Hideaway Infinity scarf with the pocket. So that's week one's winner's prize. And then week two, even though I won't say what it is yet, week two is a physical item.
I feel like that was Danielle's hint to be like, Nikki, do not. That was her polite way of saying, Nikki, settle down.
Well,
don't tell what it is.
It was me too, though. Like
I
I almost blurted it out or even posted the pictures.
Yeah, I know.
That
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, wait a minute, no, I can't post those yet. I can't show this yet. But I'm really, really excited.
I love that you picked the Hideaway Infinity scarf because that is how I first found you.
Oh,
I was
really?
scrolling through, I don't know what group it was in, and I think I don't know if you had just released the pattern or may have just been, you made it, and I was like, "That is the most amazing thing ever." And I was like, "How smart is it?" Like, I was just straight up, like, stalking you on Facebook. I was like, went and followed your page. I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh my gosh," like, and that was, like, years before we actually officially, like, started talking and becoming friends, but so I think that's so cool that you picked that one.
oh, I love that. I love that. It's still probably one of my favorite patterns. Like I wear mine every year. I love it. I love not having to bring like a purse. I can just throw my card in there. I can throw my driver's license, my keys, and phone even if I really want to. Normally, I don't put my phone because I just feel for me, my phone's just too heavy. It needs
Yeah.
a bulky case on it, and I don't like that weight. But
Mhm.
I love being able to throw my keys and my debit card and driver's license and go. And I do a lot.
I cannot like, I have to have a purse. Like, I have to take my life with me, but I would put Smarties in mine. If I'm feeling a little snacky.
And a lot of people did. I believe Stephanie from Chunky Hunky Creations, she was pregnant at the time
I love it.
with her daughter, and she was stashing granola bars in there.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm.
But you can still bring your purse, just leave it in your vehicle.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And then,
true, and then I have that, like, I know it's there if I need it, yeah,
yeah, if you
yeah.
need to run, I always have a project bag with me no matter where I go. It doesn't come into stores with me. It literally sits in the vehicle. But I have to have something. I have to have a project with me at all times. Whether or not I'm going to touch it, that's up in the air, but it has to come with me everywhere.
I love it. We were, going grocery shopping. I don't like grocery shopping, and before we left the house, I had stuck 2 project bags in my purse, and, anyways, then after we got done grocery shopping, my husband's like, "Hey, let's go get Subway." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So, I shoved my project bag back in my purse for us going into Subway. He's like, "Nikki, please promise me you're not gonna crochet in here." And I said, "Oh, honey, I promise you I'm not going to crochet in there." And he's like and he just smiles and he keeps on walking and then he stops. He said, "Knit either, right?" I was like, "Oh no, that's knit socks in there. I'm not promising that." It was so funny. And so I'm standing in line and I'm just knitting away. He's like, "Oh my goodness."
That's so funny. I actually wanted one time a few years back. Isaac had something going on and I didn't feel like it could wait for doctors. So we went to our local urgent care and it was fine. Like it was all good, warranted to go. It was good. I didn't go for no reason. Um, but so I had to take him to urgent care and he was quite small. And I brought an iPad with us because he just watched movies and played. And I was sitting there crocheting and it was a long wait. Like wait times in Alberta right now, like they're really long. So I think we were there for 4 hours before
Oh
we
my
were seen.
goodness.
So long. Isaac didn't mind. He loved his iPad. He was dozing a little bit, but I decided to crochet, and I cannot remember what it was that I was crocheting. But a lady walked up to me and she goes, "You were very smart for bringing a project with you."
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I figured I was going to be here for the long haul. And I finished that project.
That is so funny. It was a couple years ago. I was waiting at a doctor's office, and I was crocheting, and there was an older guy that's like, "Wow, I haven't seen anybody crochet in public for like 75 years." And I'm like, "Thanks, my granny."
Yeah. We like
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
little craft. We're going to crochet everywhere.
Seriously, everywhere. Like I always have a project with me. So,
So a friend of mine and I, when we meet up, we try to go for coffee or dinner and coffee at least once a month, sometimes more. And we will always go to our local Tim's and we'll sit there and we will crochet while we drink whatever coffee or tea or whatever. But yeah, we get some looks there too sometimes, or people want to check it out, which I think
yeah.
is,
Yeah. I love
I
it.
mean,
When I was in Phoenix a couple years ago, my sister-in-law took me to like a local coffee shop, and I can't remember what she was working on. I think she was working on like computer work. And so I had like my crochet with me, and that was the best time. Like I loved it. I could like drink my coffee and just visit with her. I mean, like it seriously was like I had the time of my life. I wish we had like a local coffee shop because they would probably ask me to leave.
no, no,
I'd be
no.
there all the time.
I don't think they mind it so much. Like the
No.
longer you're there, the chance it, the more likely you're going to order something else or you're going to
Oh,
have
for
an
sure.
have whatever. So I don't think they mind it. And I
No,
know
no.
here a lot of local knitters and crocheters that do like meetups at certain places. I can't think of them right now, but there was a few places that they would meet weekly and they would crochet or knit or do whatever. So I think those are fun. Like those are fun events to go to, and it opens up the door to meet other crafters in your area, which I think is important.
I do too. I have one local yarn club member, and her and we met up. I don't it was a couple weeks ago now, but we have a like a local tea shop. And
Mhm.
so we met up, and we were actually no, I think she was working on her sunshine cozies for the teas, and I don't remember what I was working on. But it was so much fun. And she was telling me that at our local library, they have like a knit night.
Nice.
And I'm like, I think I may have to check that out, especially I'm kind of in a pickle with one of my knit projects and I don't know how to fix it. So I'm thinking about busting up in there and be like, "Hey, how y'all doing? Can you help me?"
Do it.
Yeah.
I find most crafters, most knitters and crocheters are always open to helping other people figure out
Yeah.
what happened or how to fix something. Like I've never turned a person away trying to figure out something or even learn, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
May not be the best teacher to teach you because I actually find it really, really hard to break down steps. I've been doing this for so long that I when I go to teach someone, I'm like, yeah, you just do this. And they're like, what? So then you have to like break it down even smaller, like teaching my son, and he can do basic crochet. But teaching him was difficult for me because I didn't really understand, or it's not that I didn't understand, but I couldn't break it down more. Like my brain would not
Yes.
deconstruct the stitch even further. So eventually I would just like show him at like a snail's pace so he could see what I was doing rather than listening to me tell him what to do. So I think it's a
Yeah.
good idea. I think you should go.
I think I'm gonna try it. We'll see. Maybe I'll be brave and try it
You can
because
do it.
I'm so shy. Like, but then once you get to know me, you're like, "Can you go back to being shy, please?"
Never, never. I never want you to go back to being shy. We always have a blast when we're chatting.
We do. We do. Yes. Yeah. You never know what we're going to talk about.
No, we've had some pretty interesting conversations.
Yes.
Oh,
Rakina says that she loves her local knit crocheting night at our library. I think I'm gonna have to give it a try,
you
really.
should.
I think my biggest fear is that it's gonna be some of like my old customers from the pharmacy. And I don't know. It would just be awkward, but you know, it'll be all right. And then Missy says that she always carries a project with her too. She can't stand not having something to do with her hands while she's waiting. Yes, like I no longer know how to wait without something in my hands. Like it's ridiculous. But I love it.
You should see me at parent-teacher interviews. All of them are online right now. And you will almost always find me crocheting. We're out of view. Like they can see my face, they can see everything from here, but like I'll be crocheting something because I cannot sit still.
I know right now I'm thinking like I don't know what if you've noticed me, I can't sit still. So I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just like, and I keep thinking, oh, my socks are right here. I could just start knitting my socks.
Oh, we totally could have because
yeah, we should have. Yeah, we should have brought a project. Oh, funny.
I was doing the same thing. I'm like, I don't know where to.
Yeah,
put
I'm like,
that.
I don't know how to sit. I should. Oh my goodness.
Oh my, yes. Only crafters understand the urge to fidget with your hands. I mean, maybe not. There's actually, my husband would be able to, his ADHD brain wants to fidget all the time too. So maybe it's not just crafters that understand this.
Yeah. I know when we were, it was a couple vacations ago. It was when those, what are they called? My brain just went blank, but they're all different shapes and you pop the little pops down, like the little bubbles.
Oh, poppers.
Poppers, yes.
Yeah.
I kept telling my husband, I want one of those. He's like, no. And I'm like, I want one. And finally I got one. And when it was my turn to drive and I couldn't crochet or knit, I had it in my lap and I just kept popping it. And about 30 minutes later, my husband's like, I'm about to throw it out the window. And I was like, but it's something for me to do while I'm driving. He's like, you're driving. You don't need to do anything else. It was so funny. Oh my goodness.
Have them and they love them. And I won't lie, I play with them too. When I just feel like crocheting or knitting, I will just play with the popper.
Rakina says that she tosses the straps of a project bag over her arm and walks and crochets a lot. I want to try it, but I don't know.
I was going to say, Nikki, are you coordinated enough to walk?
I just don't think so.
I think it's going to depend on the project. Like, I don't know if I could do a big project.
Yeah.
Walking and crocheting or knitting. Also, I have this tendency to walk into things, so maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm a little clumsy, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try it like in my driveway. So if I fall, nobody will see me.
No one will know except for the bruises that show later.
I'm telling you what, if I could figure out a way to like walk and crochet, I would be so skinny because I'd be walking all the time, like our road or whatever, like crocheting, like, and then I can crochet and get my exercise in. Oh yeah, I would. I'm going to have to try it, Rakina.
I tried to walk on a treadmill and crochet. It did not end well. It did not end well at all.
Too funny. Oh my gosh. My husband has a stationary bicycle and I tried that too. And then like I dropped my yarn and my brain was like focused on my yarn and I didn't think to stop the pedals. Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't home. He probably would have videoed it.
Yes, I think he would have.
Rakina's talking about the poppet. She said that it saved her sanity when they were driving in a blizzard last year. It would not save my husband's sanity. He could not take it. They need to make him quieter.
I think part of the appeal to poppers is that popping sound.
Yes. In fact,
I love it.
I don't know where mine's at. I bet my husband threw it away.
You'll have to order another one. They have them all on Amazon all the time.
I'm going to have to ask him about it. Oh, goodness.
That's
too funny. So those of you watching, have you started your Verna Cowl? How far along? Did you stop at the gauge swatch or did you keep going? I'm curious.
Been going.
One of our yarn club members, Renee, she messaged me on Instagram because something happened to her Facebook and she's trying to get it back.
Oh,
And so she was really worried about not being able to participate. And I'm like, you can still participate. I was like, and I told her to send me a picture of her gauge swatch. So I posted it in the group for her.
I
And so
saw.
I messaged her today and was checking on her. And I said, have you gotten your Facebook back? She's like, no, not yet. And I think she said she was on like round 12 or something. She kept going to basically.
Which is
And
odd.
yeah, I told her that I had to put mine down because I kept wanting to go too. So I feel so bad for her though. Like, but I'm trying to keep her like, on the up and up and
Which is fantastic. But doesn't that scare you? Like I think about how much work I've put into my Facebook page, like my business Facebook page. My personal one is just my I never post on there. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to that one.
yeah.
But I would be absolutely devastated if I got locked out of my
Yeah.
business page. Like
Same.
at work.
Yeah, I would lose my mind. Yeah.
Me too.
Would not be okay. In
It
fact,
would-
it makes me want to like go change all my passwords and
Yes.
lock it up even more. Tammy Taylor said that she got to the color change section.
Yay.
Um, Missy said that she stopped at the gauge swatch. But let me put it right here. We can see it.
Oh,
She stopped at the gauge swatch, but got it out last night and started working on it again because it was calling her name. I love it.
oh,
So
yay. That's
funny.
so happy.
Me too.
I'm so excited because I was just thinking about Tammy, her color options when she did that poll on her Instagram. I got really excited to see her color combinations. And even there's a few others that I cannot think of the names, and I'm really sorry, but there's so many people that had such unique yarn colors.
Yes. Yes.
So just to see how they all work up together.
Yeah. So far, I believe Tammy went with sweater weather and crunchy leaves.
I
Was that?
I think so.
I think so. And then Jennifer Guerrera, I'm pretty sure I said her name right. I think she chose like crunchy leaves or brown color too. And I'm like, it's actually pretty for that color. It's actually pretty. So I can't wait to see them too, because y'all know how I feel about brown. But it was really pretty. Like the cowl made the brown pretty.
Oh, I cannot wait. Like there's so many different unique combinations and yarn styles that everybody has. And I feel like it's just gonna change the entire look. Like I know some people are using Malabrigo. Um, some were using other hand-dyed yarn, some were using store-bought, which is absolutely awesome because I want to see it in everything. Like I want to
Mm.
see it. Some people are, I think there's someone using two tonals,
Oh, really?
really excited about. And I believe I have to go back and look, but I thought I saw somebody using even just two different variegated. So
I was
I,
thinking that Danielle, when she finished hers, Danielle Cats and Yarns on
yeah.
Instagram, she used two different variegated, didn't she? I think one of them just looked more like a tonal. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, a solid speckle. I don't know. I have to go back
Yeah.
and look.
Yeah.
Gorgeous though. I colors that she paired.
Mhm. Yeah. So Tammy said that she ended up going with a combination she would not have picked for herself. I love that. I think next time I make one, I'm gonna do a poll too. And so she went with crunchy leaves and autumn leaves. Okay.
Oh,
I think sweater weather was one of the options, but okay.
I can't wait to see it, Tammy. It's going to be beautiful.
I
And
agree.
it's sometimes it's really nice to step out of your comfort zone and go with something you would not necessarily pick for yourself.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, if you see me using brown, I did not pick it myself.
uh, you got to admit, some of them are so pretty.
They really are. Yeah.
Brown usually isn't my go-to either,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's a color that I want to explore more this fall. Like I have looked at a couple pieces when I'm looking at clothing. So I'm like, well, if I decide to go with that cardigan, because we know I wear cardigans all year, I really think that I might play with some brown yarn and pair with a bright color.
Oh, I'd
But
love to see that. Yeah.
yeah, I like, I find like bright pinks or even this blushy pink and brown.
Yeah, that would be pretty with the brown. I think my problem is that there's so many other pretty colors to choose from when I'm dyeing yarn that the thought of using brown, it's like I'm taking away from something else, you know? And then the other half of that is I wore brown for so many years. Like, I don't know what it was. And I think I just wore myself out on it. Like red, I did the same thing with red. And so now, like, if you look at my colorways, there's very little browns and reds just because it's like I binged it and now I don't like it anymore. So
That makes a lot of sense though. Like
yeah.
that's kind of how I'm feeling with black. I always wear black in really dark colors. And the last few months I've been really trying to branch out and not buy black. I think out of everything that I've purchased over the last few months, maybe 2, 3 pieces were black and the rest were brighter colors. Like I have a bright pink shirt. I haven't worn it much, but because it takes a little getting used to. I am not used to bright
Yeah, I'm the same
like
way.
clothing.
Yeah. I'm the same way, and I actually have a t-shirt subscription that I get, and this is one of them,
It's
and the thing that I love about it is that it makes me wear colors I normally would not wear myself,
yeah.
and I love t-shirts, and I mean, to me, it's really affordable too. I think it's like $20 a month, and they all have, like, kinda cute like, this one saying is, like, "Be you," so that's, like
Oh,
it's
cute.
so me. It's, like,
Yeah.
inspirational, uplifting sayings, and then she always has like, I would never have picked this color out for me, but now I love it, and so, like, when I'm clothes shopping, like, I'll tend to kinda, like, look twice at another one that it's this color, but I just would have immediately said, "Oh, that wouldn't go with my skin tone," and now I just love it, so it's kinda nice to branch out sometimes.
I was gonna say, I actually really like that color on you.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's beautiful.
Well, thank you, you're so sweet. Missy says that she's doing Tempting Teal and Morning Glory. Oh, I'm so excited. I love that Morning Glory color.
It's a perfect color combination too.
It is.
That
It is.
teal is stunning.
Yeah, I really like that teal.
Me
So,
too.
in fact, I think I have like a little basket of projects here. I
Uh,
have a sassy wrap that I did in Tempting Teal and Morning Glory. So, picture Danielle's Verna
oh,
Cowl with the Tempting Teal and Morning Glory.
it's gonna be so
Oh,
pretty.
I'm so
And I
excited.
guess I asked Missy, did you start with the variegated or did you start with tempting teal?
Oh,
I
good.
wonder how many people went like opposite.
Went rogue like me.
Yeah,
Did I start a trend?
maybe just a little. You convinced me, like you guys convinced me to start with variegated
Yeah.
because I was gonna go kind of the same as I've written 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 the pattern.
Yes.
Written.
Wrote?
Okay.
Written?
Um, I was gonna do that, but then I did a poll too about which way to go, and it was pretty clear that everybody wanted variegated. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna go. We're gonna try.
You might start a riot if you do the opposite, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, too funny.
And I don't know why I got it in my head that I was gonna start with a solid again. Like I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure, but I'm really happy I didn't. I just think the texture. I always get worried with variegateds because you have to be careful with your stitches sometimes, right?
Mhm.
Because the definition of the stitch can sometimes get lost. But I don't think it got lost at all.
Not at all. And I actually did a blog post not oh my god, I love that. I actually did a blog post not too long ago, about, like, hand-dyed yarns and what, like, stitches to look for that will complement, because
Yes.
that was something that was really hard for me because I still feel like a beginner crocheter sometimes. Um, but and then when I started dyeing yarn, like, I knew yarn and I knew crocheting, but I didn't know putting them together, and so that's kind of, like, something that I've learned is, like, different stitches because sometimes your stitches can get lost in the yarn, and I use a lot of variegated yarn, or it's just the stitches in the yarn just are not looking good together. Like, if we're using a tonal or a speckle, it would and all of that stuff, but so I recently did a blog post about that, I'm and that's what's so good about the beginning of that is that you can use it with it looks so good with a speckled, a tonal, or variegated. So
Well, and I think too, it comes down to the complexity of the stitch, right? Like the more cross stitches don't always look great with variegated yarns because you can't
Mhm.
really see what's going on. It
Yeah,
becomes
it hides it at the crossover. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But if you have like simple, clear stitches, they look great. Like you can still see all of the lines in the Verna cowl with the
Mhm.
variegated, which I love. And it almost pops, like the lines almost pop because there's different colors.
Yes, that's what I love about it. Like
Me too.
I always wanna show the wrong side.
Oh, I do too. But like, look at it. Love it.
Yeah, because there's nothing more sad than seeing, like, a beautiful pop of color, and then when you come through the next round, you cover it up, and I'm like,
No,
"No!" Yeah, I love it. Wrong way. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So pretty. And it's so cheery. Like your Verna cowl that you're working on now is just, it makes me smile. It's just one of those
Oh, okay.
colors. All of those colors just brighten your day.
Me too. And it's so funny because just like you and I were saying about color choices, like I
Mhm.
was so like my closet, my the colors I was drawn to were gray, blue, like navy, usually, like dark colors. And so I'm just now kind of like letting myself explore color. But again, now I'm gonna have to find a dark top so I can wear this with it.
It would look
Oh.
amazing with like a navy blue top. It
That's
would.
what I keep thinking. Yeah. So
I've been trying to decide like what color. I feel navy is going to work with mine too, but what color to wear underneath. And I
mhm,
always kind of want it to be super contrasting because I really want to show off the piece that I'm making.
yeah.
Um, but then there's times where I find like I made, oh, I can't think of what it's called now.
It's
It's
gone.
got, but I made another triangle scarf a few years back. It was one of my patterns. I just can't think of the denim on denim, I think. But I made it in fingering weight yarn.
Oh.
That was a labor of love. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah.
But it turned out stunning. And I actually really like pairing that. There's like burgundies, there's some brown in it, and there was a pink in it. And I actually like wearing a burgundy cardigan with it because I just
Oh, yeah.
worked really well together with
Yeah.
all colors in the cowl or in the triangle scarf.
As you were talking, I was just thinking about how you were when you were talking about pairing yarns, that sometimes you would take, like, the least color and
Yes.
then pair with, have your tonal be that color, so it made me think of that, so
You could even do the purple or what's the small color in there? You have yellows in yours. There's some
mhm.
pink, there's a little bit of blue, and then the purple. You should
Yeah.
totally see if you can find like a lighter blue,
Yes. I
a
don't think
solid lighter blue, and then wear that with it. I think that would be so pretty.
I was trying to see if I had, like, a lighter blue just to put up against it, but yeah, and I think I do have a blue top, so, I've got to kind of get a new wardrobe because I've lost a lot of weight and I got rid of some of my tops. So, but I'm like one of those, I want to get bang for my buck. So I want to pick like 2 or 3 tops that I can, switch out and wear with different things. So that's a really good idea. So I don't have a bunch of dark colors like that
See,
blue.
and that's what I've been doing since I've also lost a fair bit
That's
of
amazing.
hair. I'm really proud of myself. It's stalled a little bit, but we've been on holidays, so it's all good. But I've had to buy new clothing as well, and I'm so cheap. Like I've been buying Walmart tops,
Yep.
but I like Walmart tops. Like they're
Yeah.
good for a season, and I get a few years out of them, so I'm good with that. And then I went to Old Navy, and I think I was telling you this actually, but I actually got 8 pieces for like 70 something dollars, and I was so excited. And
Yes.
it's all things that I can wear with sweaters or alone, or like you can make multiple different outfits with this one top. And I tried to stay away from black.
That's me, that's, like, my rule, like, now breeches or pants, sorry,
Yep.
pants, I will wear like, I wear a lot of black pants. A lot of the reason is because I have super short legs, so colorful just looks really goofy on me, but, like, for tops and stuff, yeah, I'm really trying to stay of like, if I find a black top that I just have to I'm like, "You're only getting 1, and then you have to, like, get a bright color."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the rule. If I'm with Sean, I'll be looking at something and I'll be like, oh, this one's really pretty. And it's like black. And he's like, no, you said no black.
Be like, why did I tell him that?
I know.
Oh, too funny. I'm really enjoying shopping on Amazon. I don't like going out shopping. But yeah. There was something else I was gonna say when you were talking, and it was something I can't remember what it was. It left me.
It'll come back to you. You'll
Yeah,
have
it
to.
was something I wanted to tell you, and I forgot what it was.
Oh, no.
Um, oh, hey, Kim.
Hey.
Yay. Are you joining in the crochet along? Okay, look, this is what I have been calling the Missy method. So whenever Missy needs to make a decision, she writes her choices down and puts them like in a hat and then draws. And I love it. So I've been using the Missy method.
I believe the Missy method was first talked about in ALC, right?
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was so brilliant for that idea because we can all be quite indecisive. Like, there's times where I'll pull a bunch of stuff out, think that's what I want, and then no, and then we change tune. The Missy method has helped me as well in the past.
I love it. Yeah. So thank you, Missy, for sharing that brilliance with us.
Like, it's so simple. How did no one else think of this?
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So you know how you were talking about like you lost weight. By the way, you look absolutely amazing. And then you were talking about y'all were on holiday and how you kind of went off a little bit. And right before we went live, I just messaged my husband and I said, we are no longer allowed to have chips in the house because we bought this little like box of mini chips. And that's one of our rules. Like we really don't keep junk food in the house. And most of the time I'm really good during the week and I don't let myself, but I saw them barbecue chips on the top and I downed a bag of, it's like a little bag.
Yeah.
I downed a bag of barbecue chips before we went live. And then, oh, go ahead.
You saw my story. I don't actually know if I think I did put it on a Knotty Habit. I had mini donuts and popcorn for movie night here.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
But I something like that in my house. Like we keep popcorn, but I don't you eat it all the time. But if we had mini donuts in the house all the time,
they would not survive.
That would be a problem.
That's like when Zoe passed, one of my really good friends, I was telling her a story about how I decided I was going to buy myself a cake. Yeah. And it was like a half a cake, but the price went up to like, it would have been $30 for a half a cake. And my husband, like he cannot have sugar. It's like poison to him. So it would have just been me. And I'm like, I'm not spending $30 on the cake. And I was telling my friend just the story of everything that was going on. And she sent me my favorite cake in the mail. Like, how great. She like went to the people, like the bakery and she ordered online. But anyways, my idea was as I was going to cut it in half and I was going to eat half of it like within a week. That's reasonable. And then the other half I was going to put up for my birthday. Well, it was over the weekend that I went out of town for the Arkansas yarn crawl. So then I got back home and I literally was sitting in my chair and all of a sudden I was like, ooh. And my husband's like, you just remembered the cake, didn't you? And I had wrapped it up perfectly to put in the freezer and I just never had a chance. Anyways, y'all, in about 5 days' time, I ate an entire cake.
There was nothing wrong with that.
And I gained 7 pounds. Oh my gosh. And then at my niece's baby shower, you know how like pregnant women, they put their little hand into their belly to make their belly poke out. And I was like, I did the same thing with mine. I was like, this is my cake baby.
I love it.
So I got now it's up to 10 pounds. I was like, I got about 10 pounds I need to lose.
But you know what? I find just even going through the whole weight loss thing for myself, which is weird because I've actually not talked about this online with anybody yet. So it's kind of, I've talked about it with you and I've talked about it with close friends and family, but I haven't really talked about it openly on social media. But for me, my whole motivation for losing weight is because I'm going to be having surgery. And it's the one thing, like I'm a very high risk patient. So it's the one thing I feel like I can control. I can control how, like my weight for the most part. I can control this part of my risk factors. Everything else I cannot. So I started doing that. But then the one thing I've kind of learned, my motivation is because of surgery, but it's also kind of transformed into like how I feel. I feel so good right now. I feel so awesome. But it's also, I'm not restricting. Like I'm making healthier choices, but I'm not saying, oh, I can't have those mini donuts, or I can't have that cake, or I can't have whatever. Like I still have ice cream with my kids. We still go and have nacho nights. We still have, but it's all in moderation. So like that's the one
Yeah.
thing I've learned that will make my journey sustainable, is that I don't have to restrict myself. I don't have to cut out all of the good things, because there's a lot of good things that I refuse to cut out, i.e. coffee and sugar. Like we have sugar in my coffee. It's never not going to happen.
I love it. That's the same thing for me, is because I have that another thing I don't usually talk about, but, see, this is what happens when we get together. You never know what we're gonna talk about, but
No,
I've struggled. I have, like, hormone imbalance and issues, and I've struggled with my weight for a long time, and that was the thing, is I would get on these super strict restrictive diets, and then it's like you just burn out, and then that's exactly what I'm doing. Is I'm intermittent fasting, and then I'm just making healthier choices. So, like, even though I downed that bag of potato chips, I've walked twice today. Like, I've walked my driveway, and then I walked right before we went live. So it's like, and then now I know, okay, I was kind of bad earlier, so I'm going to make a better decision tonight. And like you said, that we started out to lose weight for a reason, but then we feel so much better. And so now I know, like, okay, I'm going to cheat, but I feel so much better when I eat better. So then we make healthier decisions. So, yeah.
absolutely. I don't even call it cheating. It's like it's part of our food. Like it's our relationship with it. I mean, do we like it? Yeah. And if you like it, go for it, have it. But there's a difference between having a bag of chips once in a while versus that's all you're eating for every meal.
A whole
So,
cake.
yeah, go for it, enjoy it. And then, yeah, you went walking, you will make your healthy choices. One bag of chips is not going to hurt you.
True. Very true. And I try not to say cheat either. We call it, uh-oh, where'd you go? Oh no. Okay, there you are. That's okay. Maybe the internet hiccuped. I don't think I can hear you though. Can anybody hear her? It could have been my internet. I can hear you now.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah. So we've been trying to call it our treat meal, and she's gone again. Don't leave me alone by myself. I need supervision. Yay, there she is.
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, guys. I
Okay.
have no idea what went wrong there, but
I was like, don't leave me by myself. I need adult supervision.
me too. Apparently,
Okay.
internet said enough of that.
Kim said this just popped up and she joined in. But she would love to get the pattern and make something new. Well, we will send you the pattern, the link to the pattern after the live. So yay, we would love
Well,
for you to join the fun.
yes, and I cannot wait to see what you choose.
Yes. Rakina says that she often gets the kids to pick the colors, but sometimes it backfires because L usually picks greens and R usually picks pinks. Oh,
You
yeah.
got watermelon colors.
Yeah, sometimes they pair really well, but I have a feeling that what you're talking about, it's not a good.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Bright pink and dark green and
Yeah. Kim says cake is her downfall. Me too, girlfriend. Yeah.
I really like cake too.
Yeah.
Especially ice cream cake. Oh,
Girl, and ice cream. Like I want to have a new design idea for an ice cream cozy. And so I had my husband pick up ice cream the other night, and then I ate the whole thing. But thankfully this time I remembered to save the empty container. So I'm going to be so sad when I go in there and thinking, "Oh my gosh, I have ice cream and it's empty."
and it's empty. No. I do that too, though. I'll get like Starbucks or whatever. I don't get it very often, but when I do, I try to keep the cup, wash it out, and
Yeah.
use it for photos. Now I have like one of each size. Well, maybe not the largest size. I don't drink the largest size, but
Yeah.
have almost all the sizes.
Ah, Missy, thank you. Yeah, I have definitely I'm just one of those, I'm kind of like an open book. Yes, you
Yeah,
started your well, good for you.
Missy, that's one of my biggest issues. After I got diagnosed with RA, it was primarily in my feet, which took away a lot of my mobility last year. And I did end up gaining quite a bit of weight. I think part of it was because there was no mobility, but I'm a stress eater. Like I will eat when I am stressed. And last year was probably one of the most stressful times in my entire life. So yeah, I relate to you in that a lot.
Yeah, and I think you were talking about the stress eating, like, as stressed out as I was with my full-time job for so long, and then when I got home and I guess that the weight started coming off of me without me trying, and I think it was that I just wasn't as stressed out, and then I started feeling better, and it just kinda went from there. But you know what? I think the most important thing that I've learned on my journey is, 1, you have to love yourself as you are right now. And you have to give yourself grace and talk to yourself like how you would a best friend. Like if you eat that bag of chips, don't be like, "Oh, you're such a fatty," or whatever. Be like, "Okay, girl, I hope you enjoyed that. Now we're just going to be smarter." You know what I mean? Like I think that's the difference now between how I used to be, is I was so hard on myself and
Yeah.
I didn't think I was pretty until I was a certain size. So I feel like I want every woman to hear me. You are beautiful the way you are. You are beautiful inside and out. Your weight is just a number. You do it for you. You do it because it's going to make you feel better, or you don't. Like if you are fine the size that you are right now, or you're a little thick like me, like just be happy. And I think that's the most important thing.
Well, I'm going to say that you're stunning. You're beautiful. Didn't matter what size you are, you're beautiful. Always thought that. And I agree with Nikki's message. It doesn't matter what your size is, and as long as you are happy with who you are, and you should be because all of you are amazing. Every one of you has value and something to bring to the table. So never forget that. And yeah, if you choose to go on a weight loss journey, don't be hard on yourself. We're allowed to have moments of uncertainty and even moments where we didn't do so good. I've had one of those last week. I didn't lose anything, but we were on vacation. And you know what? I don't regret a single thing I did on that vacation because it made memories with my kids. We had the best time. So don't be hard on yourself and do it for yourself. Don't do it for a single person, a single
Mhm.
beauty standard, because those things don't matter. And a lot of those things that you're seeing, beauty standards and whatnot, they're not real and they're not attainable. So
Yeah.
do it for you if you're going to do it. And remember, we all have different bodies. For me, I know that I'm never going to have small hips. I got hips for days, and that is my genetics. So don't be hard on yourself when you're not stick thin and you're not looking a certain way, because that's not attainable for every one of us.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Like, I'm always gonna rock a muffin top. That's
Me too.
just me, and I will let that muffin top rock because I like cake.
I am not willing to cut out all those things forever.
Yeah,
Like, sure, could I?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
could, but I don't think it would make me happy. Like, I
exactly.
don't think missing out on birthday cake and treats with my kids and date nights with my husband, I don't think that's going to make me happy to just cut that stuff out. So I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to love the body that I'm in, and I'm
Mhm.
going to be the healthiest version of myself, whether that means I am this weight or a higher weight. It does not matter.
Yeah. See, y'all, this it's a crazy ride with us. You never know what we're gonna be talking about.
No,
Mhm.
I definitely didn't expect us to go this route.
No. Kim said that she has RA and her feet are so bad. Oh, Kim.
I'm sorry, Kim. I understand completely. I do find orthotics are very helpful, but like forget it when we're in a flare. My feet just say there's no way we're doing this. So, oh, I'm sorry that you deal with that too.
Angela says that she has health issues, and 3 weeks ago, her blood test come back and she's pre-diabetic. So she stopped having potatoes, rice, and pasta, and fruits, vegetables, and fish. Chicken too. Don't forget about chicken. I love some chicken. But like that's awesome that you went ahead and started taking those steps. And the thing is that you can with being pre-diabetic, like you can turn it around now, and then you can start, like we're just talking about chips and cake and stuff, and then you can start incorporating that stuff back into your diet. So, but again, just love yourself through the process, because it's not easy when you go from kind of like me, I just ate whatever I wanted to whenever I wanted to. It's kind of hard to take those steps. So
It's hard to change your mindset when it comes to that, it comes to food. And yes, and the thing that you're going to learn through cutting all of that stuff out and adding things back in, you're going to figure out what's going to cause you to flare. So, or I don't know even what the diabetic term would be for that, but for me, it's certain things will cause me to flare in my feet and cause inflammation and pain and whatnot. So you start to learn how your body reacts to certain foods and drink and whatever, and you can adjust your diet from there, which for me, like I still have sugar, but I don't have a lot of sugar because it is something that causes me to be inflamed, especially in my feet, and then it's painful. So I just choose not to have a lot of it anymore.
yeah. And Rakina was saying that she loves that there's so many options available now, like for the substitutions. That is so, so true. So, yeah.
Well, and in most grocery stores, you can go in and find a section of the grocery store tailored to people who are gluten-free or sugar-free or other dietary restrictions as well. So I think it's great that they're opening it up to more people, and that it's easier for people with, certain conditions to find what they need or want.
So true. And like
Or
my husband and I, oh, I'm sorry.
that's
Go
okay.
ahead. My husband and I, we're both foodies, and he's a big foodie. So one thing that we try to do, like you were talking about, the mindset, is we're like, let's make it a game to find healthy food that we like. And so like our air fryer, we'll like try different vegetables in our air fryer and things like that. And so once we kind of like made it fun, um, it was a lot easier. So
Do you have a favorite like snack thing right now?
um I'm trying to think, because I have been off my diet for a while. One
Okay.
thing, like for me, the snacks are really like I love getting turkey sausage. I think it's like Butterball brand turkey sausage, and there's like this barbecue seasoning, and I will cut it up and I'll put the little bit of the barbecue seasoning on it in my air fryer, and I will just eat that. Like I love it. It's so good.
So mine right now, it's really weird, and Stephanie laughed at me, or just couldn't believe what she was hearing. But probably one of my favorite snacks to eat right now. I love spicy, like hot spicy stuff. So my favorite snack is to get a carrot and dip it in hot sauce, and it's my favorite thing to like. I absolutely love it. It's so
Oh.
strange, but it satisfies all of the spice needs. Like before, it would be like spicy chips. Like I love spicy
Mhm.
chips, but I don't eat those all the time. Like I do sometimes, but I don't eat them all the time. So this kind of satisfies that hard crunch with the little bit of sweet and that spicy like hot sauce. Oh, it's
I'm gonna
so
have to try it.
strangest combination, but it's so good.
I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds really good.
You guys should tell us your favorite snacks.
Yes. Oh, Kim says celery and salsa. I
Yeah,
never would have thought of that.
do that.
Yeah, because I love some salsa, but I want chips with it.
Yeah.
Oh, Missy was saying that you do learn what your flares and rebounds and stuff like that. That is so true.
Yeah, you do learn, and you try to avoid, because feeling crappy isn't always a fun experience. It's never a fun experience. Who am I
Mhm.
kidding?
I know I've been having issues with my energy levels, and usually like I'm full of energy.
Mhm.
And then I realized that I cut out a lot of sugar. Like I rarely have things with sugar in it.
Yeah,
And then I kind of went off the rails, and then I realized that, oh wow, it's my energy levels are not what they were because I have my body isn't used to having sugar. So
you're not fueling it with the right nutrients, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh, Missy says she's on a cucumber kick. Yes, I love some cucumbers.
Cucumber and salt. Mm.
I like to get just a little bit of like Italian seasoning, cut
Yeah,
up my cucumbers with a lot of salt. I think I like cucumbers with my salt.
Yeah.
And then put it in the fridge and get it cold. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite snacks too.
Good. There's lots of healthy options that they're coming up with, like
Mhm.
celery and salsa. I wouldn't have thought about that, but it
Mhm.
sounds delicious. So now I'm going to have to try it.
I also love asparagus and Brussels sprouts.
Yes,
I
I
love it.
sprouts.
Yeah.
You guys are making me hungry now.
I know. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go fix the snack.
We have to have lunch. I haven't eaten lunch yet.
Oh, now I'm really hungry. So Rakina's saying that she saw a thing where you can get different veggies and chop them up, toss with your favorite spice, and then put them in the air fryer, sort of like chips.
I really need to get an air fryer. Like,
Yeah. My mom got us one a couple years ago for Christmas, and we like wore it out, and we ended up having to get another one. And my husband, he's such a shopper. He was like shopping everywhere and like really did a really good pitch to convince me. And this one ended up being about $200. I don't remember what brand it was, but it's all the things. It's an air fryer, dehydrator, all the things. And I ended up saying, okay, let's get it. And then come to find out, it ended up being on sale. It was normally $349 and we got it for $200, and it's like the best thing. We
that
love
is
it.
amazing.
Yeah.
So the other day, while we are kidless, our kids are with grandma. The other day, Sean and I decided to run a few errands and go pick up some stuff so that we can do some work around here. Anyways, we're in Home Depot, and I decided I get this great idea. To look at appliances. Now, some of you may know that our anniversary just passed, and our anniversary gift to each other was a new hot water tank because it died. That cost $2,300. But then you get this bright idea in my head, and we start walking through the appliances in Home Depot. And I was looking at ovens. And why I was looking at ovens, I have no idea. It's just something I was doing. Our oven is fine. It better not die because I cannot afford to buy another appliance anytime soon. But we were looking, and I got really excited because they have new ovens now that don't have that big back thing with all the like nozzles on them. So it's just flat. It's a completely flat stove / oven. And some of them come with like an air fryer. Like it's an air fryer oven with and they have dual doors. And I'm looking at this and I said, that's what I want. That's what I want. And then I looked at the price and said, oh my gosh, maybe I don't. It was like, the one was $2,000 and this other one was like $3,000.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, maybe we don't want all that fanciness.
Yeah. I know, like if I had my dream kitchen, I would have like one of those huge stoves that has like a bunch of the burners and then like a flat top too, and then like double ovens. Like that's my dream kitchen, but that's not anywhere near what I have.
No. We were looking, I thought it was really strange. We were looking at some of the other appliances in the fridge. There was a couple of the fridge that have like tablets built right into the door of the fridge, which, okay, it was pretty fun to play on. But I was like, for the price of this fridge, because it has a tablet in it, this tablet is going to die in like 3 seconds, especially with children.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so like interesting, but I don't know. I had a hard time like justifying, like who's going to stand at their fridge and play on a tablet? Like,
no.
No, but maybe I just don't understand what the tablet's for the fridge. Yeah. And I'm pretty plain Jane. I don't even have ice maker in my fridge. It's like a plain Jane fridge.
What I do whenever we have to shop for appliances, like we had a washer go out and then like not long later we had a dryer go out, and they don't have to match to me. So I get on like Home Depot and Lowe's and search the clearance. And when I had to get my new dryer, I was so excited because the buttons and the settings are on the front. So I'm not having to like tiptoe to reach across the dryer to turn the knobs. Like it is the best thing ever.
Yeah, I love that too. Ours has I don't even have a laundry bin or a laundry room. I have a laundry closet. So we have to stack our washer dryer. And then it's upstairs, and that's no big deal. Because I just fold all of our laundry on the bed and put it in the whatever room it needs to go into. But I love having it on the front. So I couldn't even have ones that go over top.
I wouldn't be able to reach. I can barely reach into my washer now. I have 2 2x4s that my grandma Delia made for me. Like, she painted them. One of them has my name on it. It was really
Oh,
cute. And so I stacked 2 2x4s in front of my washer so I can reach in the bottom.
that's awesome. Short girl problems, right?
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, Angela was talking about avocados. Yes, I love some avocados too. That's another good snack.
See, that's one I can't get behind. I don't really like avocado, but maybe it's because I just don't know like what to put with it to make it more palatable for me. Like I
Yeah.
cannot eat an avocado raw.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
I don't mind guacamole.
I love
Don't
guacamole
mind it.
too. But I want guacamole with chips. That's my problem. Maybe I need to try like a dip with like some carrots and some hot sauce.
Oh, I don't know why I like it so much. It's such a random thing, but it's so good and it satisfies all of the crunch and all of that spicy sweet need.
Mhm. I love it. Too funny. Well, y'all, so the title of this was Verna Cowl, but we were just talking about everything.
I think it's
Yeah.
Verna in life.
Yeah, Verna in life. I love it. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I guess since we've been on here like an hour now,
Yeah.
thank y'all for joining in the fun. We need to do this more often. This was really fun.
I agree.
So,
I loved this. And I love that we were
yes,
so many comments and we were able to interact with.
yes. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we are going to jump off of here. Thank y'all so much. And if you're in the group, I believe Danielle's going to be posting week 2 soon. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Bye everyone.
Bye, y'all. Take care.
You too.